Interview.
Hey everybody, it's Ricardo, and I'm here at Microsoft's X10 event in San Francisco. And one of the big games here is obviously Halo Reach, one of the games that we're all pretty excited about. And we're here with Marcus Lato from Bungie. So, Marcus, for the folks at home, because we couldn't take footage, what are you showing off of Halo Reach?
We want to talk about the story first and foremost, and we wanted to show a little bit about the one of our multiplayer maps that are coming up in the beta coming out soon.
Now, the beta was one of the big stories coming out of today because you guys actually announced a date. So talk to us about what we're finally going to do with those codes that we've been sitting on for a while.
So, the multiplayer beta is coming out May 3rd. And it'll include a good handful of maps for us to jump into and play.
All right, now obviously multiplayer is a huge part of Halo, but there's also a single-player experience. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you, the player, are going to fit into this narrative you guys have created, because you are an unnamed lieutenant who's in the middle of all of it?
Mm-hmm. You are a new member of Noble Team, a group of Spartans that we'll be following throughout the campaign. Spartan characters that we get to know throughout the campaign. You, as the newest member to that group, are referred to as Noble 6.
Because Noble Team has a wide variety of people in it, are we going to see anything like character classes in the multiplayer to kind of reflect the different members?
No, we will not. We'll be playing Spartans, and we'll also be playing Elites in multiplayer as well.
Another multiplayer question. As far as the maps go, what we've seen so far seem to be variations on the single-player maps. Is that what we can expect from the multiplayer experiences, kind of variations on single player, or is there more of a mix?
They all are integrated into the campaign, definitely, and you get to play through them in the campaign in different circumstances, usually different lighting conditions, different weather conditions and such. Throughout, all the multiplayer maps will have dual-purpose usage for both multiplayer and single player.
Now, talk to us a little bit about what it's like working on Halo Reach, because it is from a time that people know quite a bit about, but not everything.
Well, for one thing, the game that we are creating, the story that we're creating, is not at all it's not a version of the book, The Fall of Reach. So we had brand new territory for us that we were able to really jump into and have a good time with. Now, because you do know that the planet falls, you know from the beginning, you know the end. So what's fun about that? We asked ourselves. Well, what's really cool about it is all of the characters within and the struggle that they put up with, their heroic efforts and their sacrifice ultimately that led to the events that transpired into Halo 1.
Now, from a technical standpoint, the Halo series always likes to set itself a pretty high bar. So talk to us about what's going on with the look of Halo Reach and how it kind of stacks up to the last 360 Halo game.
It's a good question. When we set out to build this title, we had a very big vision for it across the board. With all of the characters, vehicles, and weapons, we wanted more on the battlefield than we'd ever seen before. We wanted to increase the scale of the environments to make them bigger and more wide open and epic, to foster exploration and really allow the players to have an adventure through the game. This really did require us to rebuild large portions of our engine from the ground up in some cases in order to accommodate this vision, to graphically handle the things we wanted to do with increased resolutions with the characters, textures, and models, for better capability and behavior with the characters so they animate better. We completely rebuilt huge sections of our animation engine within the game and introduced brand new tools to the animators so we have better quality content overall.
And from a pacing standpoint, can we expect things to be probably more in line with the previous Halo games in ODST, because that game's pacing was very unique and very different. It had very deliberate pacing, whereas the other games just kind of plow on through and shoot at everything.
Pacing is absolutely something that we paid special attention to with Reach. Not only just with the ebb and flow of conflict with your encounters and such, but also with the experiences that we're giving the players. We want them to not just do the same thing over and over again every time they jump into a combat. So we're giving them brand new vehicles, new characters to fight, and wholly new experiences that you've never seen in a Halo game before.
All right, well, thank you very much, Marcus. Well, there you go. That is your first meaty look at Halo Reach. Be sure and check back on the site for more. We're going to bring everything we can to you before the game's fall release, including a lot of coverage on the beta, which is coming up really soon, so check back often.